Tonight, we're going to recognize some of the key players and innovators in our sport of dirt track racing while enshrining 3 ordinary men who have and continue to do extraordinary things on and off the racetrack. When I entered these hallowed grounds, a few things come to my mind as I am surrounded by so much history. As I stare in awe at all these plaques of the drivers that have been inducted here, I remember that I am too young to have watched the greats such as Bill Wimble, Rennie Charland, Pete Corey, and Lloyd Holt. But rest easy knowing that their careers are immortalized here. But I am old enough to remember and can still picture Jack Johnson, Dave Lape, Joe Plazik, Charlie Rudolph, and Mike Colsten doing battle here at the Weedsport Speedway. Now all of them will have their names etched into these walls, cementing their legacies. When I enter these sacred grounds, I appreciate what a car named the Batmobile did and how it changed the modifieds that I love. This came from a group of individuals who were mechanics and owners that were not afraid to think outside the box, just like Cliff Barkham and Bobby Hearn. I also think of family. When I walk in, I see the display of the Farneys, Gert and Ernie, and think of the contributions that they made and how it influenced their families to be involved in the sport. No different than how family has influenced the likes of Howard Commander, Erica Bicknell, and Robin Yasinsak Gillespie. And when I think of family, my eye is drawn towards Pat Ward's 42P and appreciate what his dad, Bud Ward, did. Bud unfortunately just passed away. And I think of all the influence that he had on the sport and also on his son as a racer. When you walk in here, you will never have to say if these walls could talk, because they do. Each piece in here tells a story. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we add the next chapter.
How does it feel, given the fact you began your career on asphalt, you ended it on asphalt, to now be honored in the greatest dirt hall of fame in the land for modifieds?
Oh, it makes me very proud. I recognize, even though I was uncomfortable as a driver on dirt, I do appreciate and recognize the goals that I did and the achievements I had.
The Rudolph family, obviously well known in racing. Your father Jim was a great. You're a Hall of Famer, and now your son Eric, who I've known since he was a little shaver, is doing amazing things. That's got to make you almost as proud of your own career.
Oh, I am far more proud of him than I ever was of myself, you know. He started young, started at 5 in go-karts, and he's just doing amazing things.
To come back to a place like Weedsport and see your son race at a place where you were a champion, right, where you were a winner, how does that feel like?
It makes me very proud. You know, it makes me very proud, and I really appreciate the opportunity that Mike Payne's given him, and I think that it'll be successful together.
Lloyd Holt, they say good things come to people who wait. You've waited a long time to be honored.
Yes. Well, it's good, and it is good to have an honor like this, and we really enjoy it. And it's amazing, this place. I mean, it's just hard to believe all the things that are in here. It's great. It's nice to see the plaque up there and the people around it that are on the plaque, people that you raced against, and that's a nice warm feeling.
Like Colsten, a lot of people have to wait until after they're retired to be honored in the Hall of Fame, but if you're old enough and you're still racing, you are eligible, and you're having some of the greatest years of your career late in life. How do you do that?
Well, I don't know. I guess it's about attitude. You know, I still enjoy the sport. A lot of people get tired of it. I enjoy the science of it. I enjoy the competition of it. I enjoy the camaraderie with the fellow competitors and my crew. I like everything about it.
Talk about for a second your career. What makes someone more interested in the mechanics of the sport as opposed to the driving of the sport?
You know what? It started when I was young, and I knew I wasn't good enough to drive. But I love the innovation. I love design work. That's what I love the most. I don't really like the day-to-day stuff, but I love designing. That's my thing.
To hear your brother do your induction speech tonight and to heap so much praise on you, that had to feel good.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. We have a great relationship. I mean, usually when we're together, we always talk about racing. That's all we talk about. But yeah, he's such a great driver. He's the best there is. So it made it easy for me to try different things and have new designs and make him part of it.
The name Tio, where'd you get that one from?
That's a long story. It's Charlie Langenstein was my brother's crew chief at the time, and there was an IndyCar driver, Tio Fabi, and he started calling me Tio Bobby. And so when I wanted to be my own business, I didn't want to be Hearn Fabrications. I want to prove that I'm on my own, and we came up with Tio Fabrications.
Well, you certainly have made it on your own. You got a great brother, you got a great last name, but you've made this haul on your own.
Thank you, thank you.